Stop. Don't skip the intro please. I have something important to announce. Beloved, YouTube has recently started to cut my reach, which caused my channel to die smiling face with tear. So I would be very grateful for sharing it among your friends and copying the link to the video. It would help me a lot and it would prevent a lot of my problems haha. Anyways, I hope you will enjoy this video. Please comment your favorite part if you'll have one, and if you're new on this channel or you're still not subscribing it, then I encourage you to do so. You can also like and share this video cause this would really help me a lot. Thank you in advance and I love you all so much. Now let's get on with this video. Enjoy. Another day. Another normal day where Katsuki Bakugou had to show everyone that he was the best as always. Another day in which he had to make some of the people feel a lot worse than him just so that he would finally feel at ease in a soul that he never really experienced. What was the cause of all this? In fact, even he didn't know it himself. It just seemed easier than expressing his feelings through crying, laughing, fear, or any incomprehensible emotion other than anger. Unlike others, he tried as always to keep these feelings within himself instead of trying to understand them. In moments such as these, when the blonde was lying in his room pensive and had nothing to do or walking back from school in total silence, he wondered what and when in his life had changed so much that he would not be able to recognize himself anymore. There was only one thing that really held him with his feet in the world and not completely cutting himself off from it. Rather not a thing, but a person who unfortunately could never be his. Izuku Midoriya, his childhood best friend. And now the boy who he is in love with somehow. They were so different and yet Katsuki by some strange coincidence gave him this strange feeling called love. Of course, the green-haired boy didn't have a clue about it, because how he was supposed to? Especially after their unpleasant past, or rather the time since Bakugou received his quirk. That's when everything started to change between them. The worst part about all these thoughts was that they weren't one-off, or they didn't show up once in a while. No. Thoughts like these tormented him every day. Every single day. With no exception. From middle school, after the teenager realized how awfully stupid his sick attempts to gain attention were, to high school where he now suffered from being so close to Deku, yet he thought he couldn't be farther. The boy chased him away both in his feelings and in self-improvement. And that both irritated Bakugou the most and made him unable to let go of his feelings for the once hated boy even more. He knew it was pointless to deepen these feelings even more, and that instead of trying to get closer to Deku, he should try to stay as far away as possible to avoid undoubted rejection. But his body, and especially his heart, refused. Beeping feelings. Beeping Deku. Beeping world. He was talking to himself now, returning from training when someone called after him. Yo, Bakugou. Wait for me. Ugh, what do you want beepy hair? Can't you see I'm busy? When Kirishima finally reached Bakugou, the blonde immediately lost the narrow mind of his thoughts. The only thing that surprised him was that instead of feeling relieved that he no longer had to worry about his feelings, he felt anxious. Was his whole life supposed to be like this until the end? As soon as he started to think seriously, he would hope that someone would finally get him out of these deep thoughts and free him from this world called falling in love. Or maybe the day will come when the boy will free himself from this one-sided feeling. But did he at all want to free himself from it? Did he see this feeling as a trap at all, or as a chance to live in love with someone he would be sincerely devoted to? Then he began to drift away in his mysterious world again, until he heard that familiar voice again, at the side of another, the one who had irritated him unimaginably from the beginning of high school. Hey Deku, do you think that would be possible if we could hang out in my room later? I wanted to show you something you know. Oh really? I guess I mean we can hang out. You just have to wait until I am done with my extra training and homework. Okay. Oh sure. Bakugou was listening carefully to the conversation when another annoying voice called out for him. Again. Bakugou. Kiribro. Wanna hang out with me and Shinsao? Oh, Yurerika and Midoriya? You can join us if you want. You and Shinsao? Since when? What do you mean? After training with Class 1B we've become such a great friends. And now we're hanging quite a lot, right? You begged me to hang out with you since, and I quote, Please I really finished all my assignments and I am so bored. I can even help you with your special training if you want. Just please spend with me some of my time. Wait, but hasn't Mr. Azora told you that you should really focus on your grades right now because, as he said, you might get one of the best scores on physical training, but without at least 30% on your every exam, you won't be led to the next class? Denki, you gonna comment something or do you want me to ask Mr. Azora myself? Kiribro, I thought you were my ally. I really didn't expect this backstab from you. Literally now. Haha, you guys are really funny sometimes. Yeah. Hi Katsuki. Ugh, I am going home. You beeping idiot. You basically ruined your chance to talk to him? Again. Thought the blonde guy, right after he turned around. And as he was thinking about his miserable answer to his crush, he heard a phone ringing, which immediately stopped his walking. Hello? Oh. Really? I understand. No, it's fine. I can practice on my own. I just don't know if I will be able to you so much. Deku lowered his voice so that his friends couldn't hear him and walked away a little bit, but what he hasn't know was that Bakugou, with his amazing hearing, heard everything with a little effort. One for all. I really wanted to try use over 20% on today's training. Yeah, I know it's dangerous but I think I will be able to do at least 0.5% more. Okay, I understand. Thank you All Might. As he hung up and turned around with a little disappointed face, first person his gaze met was Katsuki. Katsuki. Wait, did you? I forgot What's wrong with, He pointed at Deku's phone. This? You mean All Might? MHM. He nodded, feeling a little too dazed from this close meeting with Izuku's eyes. He's busy with some works in school so he won't be able to help me with my today's training. And we both wanted to test out something new today so it's a pity, but I don't think I can do it myself so. And then, from the position where Deku was looking away from Katsuki's eyes, now he looked directly at him, catching an eye contact which made Katsuki blush instantly. Katsuki, is there any possibility that you could help me with it today? We don't have anything tomorrow so you should be free, right? Besides, it's going to be a training for you as well, right? Please agree. He looked at Katsuki with puppy eyes, not even realizing how much of a flustered and blushing mess his interlocutor was. He wanted to refuse but then he saw that Eureka was heading towards them with a wide grin on her face. He hated it so much, since he knew that she has a crush on Izuku as well, but unlike him, she didn't bother to show her affection all the time. At least that's how it seemed for Bakugou. Hey Deku. Why is she interrupting them? Can't she see that they are having a conversation or what? Thoughts like this ran through Bakugou's whole body just with this one short sentence. So about our meeting later? He looked at his phone. Is something wrong? I think my training is cancelled so I guess if we'll do this homework together, we could. Bakugou's mind went blank. Only one really stupid thought comes to his mind. I'll train with you, damn nerd. From the point where Izuku was awkwardly looking at Eureka because of the situation he was put into, his gaze turned to Katsuki with a literal sparkles in the eyes. Really? Whatever, like you said, I don't have anything else to do and… Shut up. You beeping idiot, he's gonna find out. 100% you're gonna regret it. You beeper. His thoughts were telling him to shut up before he'll put himself into situation without an exit, but his heart was waiting for this occasion for too long to now give up. He had to finally made a first move towards at least small progress in their relationship. Dart. I have to discharge stress and anger anyway, so why won't I just do it through training? He said before looking into Izuku's eyes. You feel stressed and angry? But when he did so he realized that from sparkling gaze that Deku was giving him a while ago, now there was only a little concerned look. Did something happen? No. It's nothing. Gotta go. Then he turned to Kirishima, or at least he tried because then he saw him with Denki and Shinsao, talking about some stupid things again. Yo, no way. You cannot do that Denki. You're gonna be expelled bro. Don't even think about it. Plus, I am not helping you like that. I promised to help you study, not to steal exams from Azora. Yeah I know, but think about it. You could brainwash him and… What the beep are you talking about? Oh, Bakubro. You're here. Right. I am not going with you to the cinema. I've got other plans. But we planned it like 2 weeks ago, bro. Yeah, and? I need to take care of something. Oh, you do? Then don't worry about my training. I can. Just shut up, all of you. He yelled a little too loud, even for his liking. Geez, okay, sorry. Denki, Shinsa, wanna go with me instead? I would go gladly, but I have to study, and this idiot is going to study with me. Understood? No, ma bro needs me. Did you see this rejection? I cannot possibly leave him in that state, you know. I will just go with him and. Denki. Haha, never mind. Okay bro, I'm sorry. I guess we can't go. He made a literal smiling face with terror and started walking towards the dorms. Wait for me, you idiot. Shinsa ran after him, leaving Kirishima, Eureka, Deku and Katsuki behind. Oh god. Okay, you can't go then? I guess I'll just cancel it. Bakugou wanted to say sorry, but he felt like this would look like he's showing his weakness in front of Deku, and this was the last thing he wanted to show the younger man. Maybe Mina wants to go with you? She's busy today. You're still here? He said it out of nowhere, not even realizing, which caused him to cover his face in embarrassment. I didn't mean to say it. That's okay. I am used to it after all. Katsuki didn't exactly know why exactly in this situation, but he felt a little hurt even though he was the one who said something unpleasant. Is this how all his classmates saw him, unfortunately, including Deku? He knew he hurt all of them really badly, and these kind of behaviors weren't surprising for them anymore, but hearing it so straightforward just felt different. Now when he realized it, with Deku's eyes straightly looking at him, he felt like his being projected through what felt for him like hell. Stop looking at me, morons. He wanted to scream, but for the first time in a really long time he felt silent. He couldn't scream. It was like the realization of Deku never being his and that he's the only one who can be blamed for it, hit him like a solid punch. Kacchan? You look kind of pale. Are you alright? If you're feeling sick, it's really not necessary for you to come to my training. I can do it in a different day after all. Eureka wanted to show me something anyway, so if you want to meet up with her so bad, then just go. I don't care. You asked me to train with you. I didn't want to, but you wouldn't stop mumbling about it, so I just agreed for my ear's sake. It's not like I want to spend my free time with your boring beep, so stop saying it like you're making me a favor by letting me train with you. You're acting like a beeping mister. Nice to everyone. You want to make everyone happy and you are trying to help everyone even if they don't want your help. This is beeping annoying. He didn't even try to shut himself up. It was obviously his defense mechanism against getting hurt. The words he said were already unspoken, from the very beginning. He knew it right after he said things that shouldn't ever even come to his thoughts. Just pray that you'll be born with a quirk in your next life and take a swan dive off the roof of the building. Words that couldn't be erased by anyone, ever. But those weren't any better. At this point, Katsuki thought that it doesn't matter what he would do, he is always ending up by hurting Izuku. It wouldn't stop, and he couldn't let himself fall into this feeling even deeper. The only thing that could work for him was, in his opinion, crushing it with no mercy. Just if he would know that he was too deep into it a few years ago and right now it was already too late. Izuku mercilessly took all of his heart. In a good and bad way. I had no idea you felt this way. You should have just told me, but I guess your pride is already higher than you, so you cannot even see how big of a beep you are. But fine. Just don't come and don't waste your precious time for someone like me since I am such a bother in your life. He looked at him. His bottom lip was trembling, but he bit it so that no one could see. He walked away. This time you really said too much, Bakugou. She's right. It's not good to exert your feelings on us just because you have a worse day. He has a worse day all his life. She mumbled, but Bakugou heard it loud and clearly. Then why are you still standing here? Just go away. I don't need you and your stupid advice. That wasn't an advice. It was a fact. You're acting like a beep, bro. So for your own good, figure what is bothering you and solve it, or you'll end up alone. Just like Deku, Eureka and Kirishima walked away, leaving Bakugou alone. Long after their departure, Bakugou just stared straight ahead in disbelief and a sudden striking realization of his own words. What he said. who he told this to. But all he couldn't understand was why he just said it now and why he said it at all. Throughout his youthful life until now, he has managed to hold his nerves long enough for no one to sense his emotions. But now, one insignificant word of Izuku aroused so much indomitable anger in him. Did his body take this as information that Izuku doesn't really want to train with him? Or did the jealousy of the girl make him so disgusted? He didn't know it, but his heart felt as if the answer was in front of him. He went back to his room in frustration and anger as he couldn't really help his feelings. It was hurtful and unpleasant. All this day. What's so special about it anyway? When he woke up this morning he thought that this is just a normal Friday. He had to go to school then do all his assignments, fast work out and that's it. But the fate played with him again. He had to make something to ruin this really normal day and on top of it, include Izuku in his problems. That was awful and Bakugou felt powerless as he lay down on his bed for a good 2 hours after the whole conversation. Maybe even more, but it's not like it matters anyway. Damn it. What am I going to do now? I knew I should have just walk away and don't bother these idiots but no. The great Bakugou had to show off who's the king here. You stupid. That's pointless. What am I gonna get from insulting myself? It's not like I wasn't offended enough today. The words he was now throwing out of his mouth could have been spoken only from 3 mouths to Bakugou. His mother, Deku and he himself. Only them. No one other deserved the rights to speak to Bakugou this way. But why was Deku there? Why was he, of all the people, always there? Not only now, but through all his life. Now and forever, Deku's gonna be a part of it. So why is he giving up so fast? Maybe there's still a small chance for them. Small, but as long as he could do something. Instead of thinking about it I should tell all of this to him. But what's the point? He won't love me out of nowhere just because I am gonna confess or something like that. Unfortunately he was alone with these thoughts. He didn't have anyone to punch him in the face and tell him to do it before it's too late. He had to come up with this idea on his own. He tried to turn off these thoughts but when he closed his eyes he felt something heavy on his chest. But when he opened them, there was just silence. Nothing except dead silence. Even noises from downstairs that were coming from probably fun night that his classmates had weren't hearable for Bakugou right now. He heard only punching, and he could have sworn that something like a thunder was now destroying their training hall. Deku, what are you doing there? He got up from his bed and without any second thoughts, he rushed towards the training hall. When his friends saw him running out of the building in a sweatpants and loose shirt they were screaming for him to wear something to it but he didn't want to listen. He just thought that if it wasn't a sign from God to tell about his feelings, then he had no idea who it was from. But it didn't matter. He just had to do it. Even if he knew that he's about to get rejected. It doesn't matter. Now it wasn't just about rejection or not. It was about feeling that were destroying him for too long. Not only romantic feelings, all of them. All the feeling he couldn't express to anyone except him. So he was running. For love. For his happiness. And for a step forward. Towards better, lighter future. The wind was cold so even if he was almost there and the sounds of thunders were getting louder, he felt like he's about to collapse. Even with his body heat he was freezing from cold. Just as he felt that he is going to use one of his explosions to warm himself up, he heard one thunder, really, really loud, and right after it a soft voice, talking to him from behind. He realized that he arrived to the area on which Izuku was training. But it was so cold. Katsuki didn't even know if it's going to be possible for him to speak, but he still did. Kacchan? What are you doing here? I'm sorry. Deku. I am so sorry. Are you sorry for the situation from earlier? Katsuki looked at Deku, tears forming in his eyes. No. I am sorry for everything. For the way I was acting towards you. For the years of treating you like trash. For all the pain and trauma I caused in your life. I was a monster. This is how I was born and I can't change that. Izuku. Deku flinched when he heard his given name but he stayed silent, only taking a small glances on Katsuki's fossilized hands. I always act like a baby that cannot do anything except showing my anger to everyone. I am acting like I hate everything and I don't express my feelings, but I cannot do that. Do you understand? I can't even express such a stupid thing like feelings. I want to rule the world being such a beep. And on top of all that, I want to do know, many years ago, when I fell in love, I made the biggest mistake and I let you steal my heart. And I can't stop these feelings. Even if they're wrong, even if they shouldn't exist, I cannot stop them. And I want to ask you to not hate me after what I am about to do, but you already hate me, so might as well hate me to the point where you are gonna be the one to push me away. Please nerd, push me the beep away. Punch me. I want you to forget about me and so that you make me feel like I made you feel through all of these years. They looked at each other, neither of them say another word as Katsuki connected their lips together. For a small second the whole world stopped. Their lips fit together perfectly. It felt like they were made to be together. But in Katsuki's mind, there was a picture of the next events. That was the end of any relationship between them. The moment he opened his mouth and expressed his feelings, he knew it was over. Nothing could be the same now, right? There was no way he liked him back, right? Yet he wanted to enjoy this second as if it would last forever. As if now only they were in this world and all the rest did not exist. He wanted to stay in the arms of that warm and tearing feeling in his chest that made him feel as if it was the only warm place on this planet. The only place he felt good, was where he and Deku were. No past, no pain, no prejudices. Pure adoration and love. He wanted nothing else and yet he had destroyed it with the best and worst second in his life. When they parted and Deku looked like he's about to say something, Katsuki felt this cold feeling again, but this time, he saw dark dots in front of him. He really passed out. Right now, on the cold ground, in front of probably disgusted Izuku. He fell on the ground, feeling only fire in his heart, and cold ice on all of his body. Dot. 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 Kacchan. Kacchan. Wake up. Are you alright? First words he heard, the best thing he could hear, but then it stabbed him. What happened God knows when because where was he now? What even happened? Where am I? You fainted after really emotional confession and you didn't even let me tell you what I feel. Deku, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have do that, not to mention that I should never kiss you without your permission. I am really sorry. Will you let me speak? Katsuki shut down and nodded, only looking around before going back to look at Deku. He was in his room, in bed, and Deku was sitting next to him with a tea in his one hand and a hot water bottle in other hand. I didn't know you could ever feel that way. I thought I am being stupid, you know. Being in love with your bully? Kind of strange, right? Katsuki couldn't hide his embarrassed face as he was sad, shocked and flushed at the same moment. In love? What do you mean? I mean that even though through all these years you were kind of a beep to me, you changed. And what is few flaws comparing to possibilities we got with only you expressing your feelings. You have no idea how big of a step it is and how happy I am that we really might work out. Since you don't hate me that much after all. Of course I need time, because everything we did to each other was a lot. But with a little effort and opening to new things, we can really create something beautiful. The only question is, do you want to participate in it, for 100%, or are we giving up? Katsuki only looked at him. Happiness and disbelief flooded his body and he couldn't help but hug Izuku. You're still asking? Of course I do. After a few seconds Izuku gave into a hug and whispered something to Katsuki's ear. So for now, I might just say, I like you too, just a little bit. He kissed Katsuki on a cheek. Both of them blushed, but happily they found each other. There was still a lot of work to do because their relationship was far from being perfect, but as long as someone is clearly cheering for them, they'll manage everything. Because love just works like this. In these mysterious ways that no one really, fully understand. And we made it to the end already. I hope you guys liked reading it as much as I like reading your adorable comments. As I said already, please help my dying channel for the sake of this angsty video with happy ending lol. I really would love to continue sharing my works with you, but I need you to help me a little, and these little gestures like clicking the subscribe button or like or even share a video really are helping a lot. Anyways, again, please like, subscribe and comment. Thank you for all your support that you're giving me every day, and please check my description if you want. You can find their link to My Hero Academia merch and links to my socials. I love you all and see you next time. Bye. Are you interested in buying yourself some My Hero Academia merch? Some amazing clothes with your favorite character on it? Like Katsuki Bakugou, Shouto Todoroki, and Izuki Midoriya. Go click the link in my description box now and get some awesome discounts from 20% up to 65% off. They offer you free worldwide shipping on orders over $39.90. So, what are you waiting for? Link in the description.